Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestlers Way and to another edition of Raw out of 10. It's a big show today. We're slowly but surely building towards the day one pay-per-view. And yeah, we've got some interesting matches on the card today. Steel cage match, a Raw Women's title match. So all in all, it's quite a packed show. Really, so let's get straight into it. And we kicked off with short promos from Seth Rollins talking about how Kevin Owens weaseled his way into the title match at day one. We got short segments from Big E and Owens before we headed into their cage match. Owens tried to escape the cage by climbing out early on, but Big E caught him and slammed him into the cage wall and dropped him on the ropes. He took Owens down with a big tackle to the cage wall before tossing him over. Owens then dodged the dive from the champ, sending Big E into the cage before Owens hit a huge dive from the ropes and took Big E out. The WWE champion was trying to walk out of the cage, but Owens caught E and dragged him back to the middle of the ring. Owens tried to climb out once more, but Big E stopped him before taking a sunset flip. This allowed Owens to hit a cannonball. Owens and Big E were near the cage door before KO locked in the Boston Crab. However, Rollins slammed the door shut. Big E took a frog splash, and Owens hit a powerbomb. Owens tried to stop Big E from crawling out of the ring, however, once he got the counter, but Big E managed to make his way out to pick up the win. I give this 7 out of 10. Really fun match to kick off the show. Definitely got me hyped for day one. And then after the match, there was some more drama because Seth Rollins attacked Big E outside before turning his attention towards Owens in the ring. Big E stopped Rollins from getting the stomp on Owens and hit a belly-to-belly suplex on him once more. Lashley then came out of nowhere and took out Big E with a Uranagi before he headed to the break. It was shown that Lashley attacked Big E, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens, and the WWE title picture just became more interesting. Could we get a fatal 4-way match at day one? I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, this was a really fun segment to kick off for us, so I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Next up, it was Queenslander versus Nikki Ash. Nikki started strong and pushed Vega into the corner early on before Zelina got in control and hit a running knee for a near fall. Nikki got clothesline before going for a splash and hit a bulldog. Vega tried to get a pin on Nikki with her foot on the ropes, but the referee caught her and broke the count. Zelina dodged a splash from Nikki before getting the pin off a code red powerbomb. Yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. This was a decent little match. I mean, did it really have too many implications? No. But good to see Zelina getting another win and her push continuing. Yeah, that's all really there was to say on it. Before backstage, WWERAW unveiled a new tag team tournament to decide their opponents. And it's called the RK Bronerman. Get it? Riddle was in a blazer and had one for Randy as well. Orton was not happy about it, but agreed before they headed to ringside. And that was when we got our first match, which was AJ Styles and Ramos versus the Street Profits. Backstage on Raw, Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley ran into Jerry Lawler. I forgot to say that as well. But that was basically it. Before Ford and AJ kicked off the match, Omos dropped Dawkins by grabbing the opponent before Omos came in after the break and hit a massive slam on Dawkins, and the match continued. AJ was back in and Ford then got a near fall before Dawkins came in and the Prophet hit a double team move to get in control. AJ then hit a vertical suplex, but was attacked by Dawkins on the outside before Omos ran and destroyed the Street Profits. Basically, he was a legal man and got them counted out. After the match, AJ was trying to tell Omos to listen to him, but the big man walked out on Styles. Riddle tried to interview AJ after the match, but he walked off. Yeah, didn't think we'd get like this attention too soon. It'll be really interesting to see where this goes, but this definitely planted the seeds in the right way. Becky Lynch was backstage on Raw and said that Liv Morgan had to support the WWE Universe right now, but that would change the moment she is no longer the underdog. Before Randy told Riddle that he was done calling the tournament matches as Raw continued, and it started with Priest versus Rude for the US title. Rude took Priest into the corner before the US champion countered it and got a big move. Rude then kicked out of a pin. And Ziggler interfered, distracting Priest, allowing Rude to get a near fall off a blockbuster before Priest got back in control and hit a big slam. Rude then took a broken arrow for a near fall and got another near fall off a spinebuster, but Priest dodged some big moves before getting a reckoning to pick up the win. Ziggler hit Priest with a super kick after the match before retreating with Rude. Yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Basic retention for Rude, for Priest, sorry. But you know, it's a decent enough match, so yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Next up was Doudrop versus Bianca Belair. Doudrop attacked Belair before the bell began and to get in control before hitting a senton, taking Belair down into the corner for some big strikes. But Belair was then dropped Doudrop, before back in the ring. She took a headbutt but dodged a cannonball. Bianca tried for the KOD but failed to lift Doudrop. The former NXT UK superstar walked out, letting Bianca get the win. Yeah, didn't really see this ending coming. I kind of don't really like it, to be honest. Doudrop should be like a strong heel. But, we'll give it time to see where it goes. It's only 1 week. So, yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10, but not kind of promising so far, I have to say. Before backstage, Vince McMahon was in his office and Austin Theory walked in before the WWE chairman told him he had a match booked for him tonight. Before Miz TV was back on Raw and Edge was a guest, and they made fun of each other before the A-lister said that he kicked Edge out of the locker room and that he did nothing. Before Edge said that Miz brushed it off. Miz challenged Edge to a match at day one and Razor our superstar tried to talk him into a fight right then, but the A-lister didn't fall for it, and we're getting our match at day one. Decent match before WrestleMania season, and then Edge can go on to bigger things, probably than the Miz. But yeah, this was a decent promo. Before we got the Mysterios versus the Alpha Academy in the RK Bro tournament, Dominic and Gable kicked off the match, and Riddle called the Alpha Academy greasy. Dom and Chad traded slaps before the match really got into business. Gable got a single leg crab before Chad dropped Dom in the corner. Dominic then dodged the moonsault and rolled out Gable, picking up the win. Riddle tried to interview Gable and Otis after the match, but they took him down with a slam. This tournament is kind of getting a bit boring already after 2 matches, so I'll give it a 5 out of 10, but yeah, not too great, to be honest. Before backstage on Raw, Austin Theory said that his match was called off, so he had to impress in some other ways and used his brains. That's where Finn Balor came on. He was in a match against T-Bar. T-Bar was dominating early on before Balor was being tossed around in the ring but he reversed and got the double stomp and blocked the move and pushed him down before getting the coup de grace for the victory. Austin Theory attacked Balor after the match and got a selfie with Balor as he laid down injured. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. You kind of knew where that was happening with the amount of time left on the show, but it was a decent match. And then, storyline afterwards, it's interesting to see where it goes. Before Dana Brooke was backstage with a 24/7 title, and Tamina and Natty went after each other. Bobby Lashley was asked about the reasons for the attack early on, and he said, payback. Give me that facial 4-way, that's going to be great. Before we got the main event, Lynch versus Morgan. Morgan was in control early on, and Lynch dodged a big kick before Becky tried for an early disarmer and then went up for a roll-up. Morgan and Lynch traded covers as Raw continued. Becky, kicked Morgan out of the ring before taking a knee to the face on the outside. Liv hit a massive crossbody over the ropes before the match went back inside. Lynch caught Morgan on the ropes and got a suplex before he headed for a break. Back on Raw, Becky got a near fall off an inverted DDT. Lynch dropped Morgan to the turnbuckle before taking an enziguri to the side of the head. Morgan got a big knee into the corner before Lynch dodged the oblivion. Liv hit the double knees on the second try, but the man came back with some strikes. However, she got stomped on the apron. Lynch kicked out the pin and was locked in a double armbar before Lynch dodged it and got the disarmer and hit the handle slam to get the win. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. This was a really fun match. Solid showing from Liv Morgan, but you knew Becky was going to win. But on the whole, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. This was good stuff. Overall, Raw gets a 6 out of 10 from me this week. Raw was okay. It wasn't the best show I've ever seen. But there were some good bits on it, but just the middle of the card, it was okay, just nothing special, and that's kind of what stopped it from getting a higher grade, but not a bad episode of TV at all. Raw is definitely on the up. But anyway guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, remember your thoughts, comments down below, follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to the channel on the screen, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace!